Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. God bless you. My name is Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. I welcome you to my channel again. It's nice talking with you. This time, I want to talk about there is no dearth of employment opportunities. There is no joblessness. There is nothing like being jobless. When I was young, I developed a vision, and the vision was the first one of it was to conquer poverty from my life, and also to contribute to the development of the next generation, to make sure that I did not leave this world the way I met it, or that I did not leave it without it being better than I met it. As a result of this, I developed a strategy. I found out what I needed to be able to get exposed enough to be able to achieve my goal. And to God be the glory, I pursued those strategies. In fact, the two most important strategies were to align myself with God Almighty, who will give me directions according to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16, you know, to lead me to righteousness, to guide me on my ways, to correct me when I'm going wrong, to reprove me, to rebuke me even when I miscalculate. Number two, I chose the path of education because I looked around. Everybody is poor in my family, and I said I rejected that legacy, and I said I must be better than them. I want to eat what I love, not what I found. So as a result of that, I chose the path of knowledge. For Bible says, "My people perish from lack of knowledge." Knowledge of me, and of course knowledge of God, and of course knowledge that I will acquire that will give me the skill to be able to make the money that I needed to be able to achieve my goal of leaving behind poverty, and at the same time making the next generation after me better than I met it, and to be able also to be able to contribute to the upliftment of humankind in whatever way I could. I graduated from the university at the age of 46. Yet I was in school all the days of my life up to that moment. I was working. I started work as a factory operative, we call them, with the Speckle Mill Textile Nigeria Limited in 1976. And from there, I went to work with an organization that is called the Lovell Stewart Nigeria Limited, a construction company. And from that construction company, I worked with the a travel agency called Jerryman Travels Agency in those days, with office in Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos. I left there. I went to join the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. I spent like 4 years there, close to 4 years, before I joined an international organization where I worked till I retired. And I give glory to God for all that. So my vision then was, when I, with my primary six certificate, if I was able to get higher qualifications like the GCE, I read privately and I was able to, by God's grace, I was able to pass my GCE. And then, uh, fortunately for me, I studied the secretarial studies, and within the space of 10 years, I've climbed to the apex of that profession. And then I went across to go and study personnel management, and I became chartered in that field. Then I left that one again. I went to read diploma in law first and the degree later. And then, by the special grace of God, I graduated as a lawyer called to the Nigerian bar. So far, that's my story. How has this affected my vision? My vision, like I said, was to better my lot and better the lot of the generation after me. For instance, I didn't want my children not to be educated even in an easy way, better than I did. What did I do? God helped my wife and I were able to train our children, all of them, to graduate from the university without stress, unlike my time. God has been so faithful and marvelous. Now, to God be the glory. These children are on their own today. And even I, their father, am still working, even after retirement. I spent whatever I have to train what we have to train. We spend whatever we have to train our children. Even as our children were in school, we too were in school. Everybody. In fact, it was the year that I graduated that my um, my first son passed out of secondary school. The following year, my wife graduated, and later on, she did her master's. So to God be the glory. This is my story. Now, I'm now telling you, those visions that I had then, they were okay, and they were all realized. And today, I am the better for it, because I'm not begging for bread, neither are my children begging for bread. And the intellectual poverty that I inherited, that has become history, has been jettisoned. The financial poverty that I inherited, thereby that whereby that parents cannot pay for their school fees, God removed it from my life. So I am a fulfilled man, no matter how we looked at it. However, I was able to realize those visions then because my projections were right. Although somewhere along the line, at 67 now, I realized that um, my projections or my vision was smaller to compare to what it should be. Let me give you an example. Dr. Apoki, I'm going to send a copy of this short video to him. Dr. Apoki today, who is all over the place and whom God has blessed, and I thank God for his life, is as if we came from the same family. I am 67, he's 65. To God be the glory. He has attained far higher than I've attained, and I thank God for his life. And his greater accomplishment is as a result of, in fact, indeed, it was his life story or some of the things I gained from some of his videos that made me to realize that though I had great visions, the visions were great then, but before I finished realizing them, they had become small visions. How do I mean? For instance, after Dr. Apoki had completed his medical whatever training, he was able to train his children to graduate from the university, and at the same time, he was able to do so much more for his children than I was able to do. I've told you our situations are basically alike, but they are not exactly the same. For instance, he suffered to go through university to become a medical doctor. I started with primary six to train myself. He labored hard also to be able to train himself. And fortunately for him, his story is different from mine in the sense that as I was working with my primary six certificate, I was studying privately to pass my GCE, and after that to go to all the whatever until I became, by the special grace, a lawyer. Even by the time I became a lawyer, by the time I became a lawyer, that is at the age of 47, you will see that unlike Dr. Apoki, who was able to finish his education, his degree, I mean medical education, who was able to qualify as a medical doctor at an early age of about 26. I didn't graduate until I was 46 and 47. So he was able to go straight to practice medicine, to set up an hospital, work with others and so on, and set up an hospital, a 40-bed hospital, as he mentioned, as he said. I'm so happy. And he was able to do something, and he retired at the age of 40 to begin to live the kind of life he needed. And he has not rested. And he only shifted from one kind of profession to another. Today, he dominates the world of internet and transforming the lives of the people all over the world. And I have the same um, passion to make sure I leave this world better than I met it. And you see me now, I'm teaching. He is teaching. So now to God be the glory that he accomplished so much, but his vision somehow is bigger than mine. And he had the way he made his life is different from the past. Like I said, he went to school straight. Then, when it was time to develop career, he faced it. But he faced career, and from one career to another, he's excelling today. I thank God for his life. I thank God for my life also. Now, my own life is that I was working side by side with primary six certificate from there, trying to struggle to get my GCE, from GCE, then to diplomas of this world, from diploma of this world, to secretarial studies from there, to then before I finally landed at the age of 47, because I became a graduate. Even by the time I became a graduate, I was already 46 and 47. And at the same time I was 47, you see, I could not resign from the work that I was doing to go and practice the law. It wasn't possible because already I'm a family man. I have so much burdens. So I could not, even an effort for me to switch over to the legal department of my organization then, my international organization, was difficult. Of course, you know what it is in Nigeria to cross over. Everybody is guarding his territory. And unless you are that connected, so that became a difficult thing. I had to wait. And by the time I wanted to practice the law, this energy was not there. The youthful energy had gone. Though I tried, I opened after retiring in fact, I wanted to retire at the age of 45 because I have always said it, I prefer to leave the stage for the upcoming ones when the ovation is loudest, as far as paid employment was concerned. But I couldn't because of responsibilities. And after that, I set the age of 45 for me to retire. I couldn't do so until I was 51 years of age. To God be the glory. And I retired in the year 2008. So from 2008, I have ventured into many things. I ventured into a Greek for good 10 to 15 years. I was practicing a Greek aggressively. I made the mistake of thinking that it was going to be a project, because I love farming so much, a project that would actually bring me into good success. But it was after 10 years that I began to realize that it is better to be a, um, what do you call them now? Just do enough to feed your family. If you have excess, sell it, but never be a commercial farmer. I made the mistake of pursuing commercial farming. I got frustrated. I came back to subsistent farming. Yeah, that's the language. Subsistent farming, which I still do today. Everywhere I am, in my compound, everywhere, it is all farming. I'm enjoying what I'm doing today with that. Then I am into this public speaking and so on. Even when I was in the church, I rose into, in the ministry also, I rose to become area pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God and so on and so forth. To God be the glory. My life has been a very active one. And take note, since the beginning of my life, there's never a time, there's no place I worked that I did not belong either to a union when I was a junior staff, or a senior staff association when I become the senior staff, because I am an agent of change for good. I believe that no matter, it's not a question of money, it's a question of contributing to improve the lot of people, including myself. I am telling all these long stories because they become necessary to what I am saying. Now, where my vision differs from Dr. Apoki's, or where my vision became smaller, was that after his children graduated, he was able to send them overseas to go and study to improve their education. And then from there, the children were able to key in and they were able to get that. But the situation surrounding me did not permit that, but I was able to do the best I could. My wife and I, we did that. So now, our intention was that after graduation, these children, of course, brilliant ones, there's none of them that came out of their schools with less than second class upper. None of them. All our children. To God be the, these are brilliant children. And but like it is in Nigeria, the kind of expectation of parents that I envisioned did not directly manifest, but I know before my dying day that will still manifest. They are not jobless, they are not lazy, but it's not exactly the expectation that I, as a parent, have for my children. But the country did not allow. Now, what do I say? I say there is no unemployment in this country. The only thing is that what is happening is that we parents, we have the idea that, okay, when our children graduate, they will find paid employment, which is an error. We should by now be emphasizing that these children should be, even before they graduate from their universities, they ought to have gotten the skills that will make them employers of labor, which they can practice and set up on their own to become employers of labor. That is why people who read medicine, they are okay. People who read the law, they are okay. People who read architecture, they are okay. Because they can set up something and be creative. Even with that, they may not even work for anybody. But any degree that you hold that requires that you cannot set up on your own immediately after graduation, you still have to look for employment somewhere. Because the employment is not there, it will be as if there's no job anywhere. That can frustrate you. So the emphasis would have been that, okay, these children should have skills. Those of them who read ICT, they are making it. Though, I mean, the young ones of today who read ICT, they read architecture, they read the law, they read, but every other profession requires you to probably work for somebody for a long time before you can even think of saving and then setting up something before you can become a consultant and also. So this is where the disparity is. So there are still employments in this country in two ways. If you check your talent, employment, that is your, in fact, that is your best employment opportunity. But many of us, and even with the parents, our own vision is different. We always say if they graduate, they will get employment. But the employments are not there now, paid employment, they are not there. So the best thing would have been that children and the young ones of today should key into their talents. Indeed, if I have my way, young children, I mean, young graduates now should, as much as possible, read something that is related to their talent so that when they graduate, they would have been exposed enough to be able to set it up and, create their own employment themselves. Number two, the young ones of today, they are supposed, it doesn't matter what you come out with in your university. It is the best thing for you to do now is to go and learn something else. Like that Dr. Apoki will say, which I agree with, said, go to the village with your background in whatever field of study that you have done. Go to the village, go and see what the literates are doing, and then start doing it and add value, better value, brand them. If it is Gary production, go and do. If it is um, even sweeping, modernize it, and you will see that people will continue to make. People will continue to throw away trashes every day. If you have a way of key into that and you can find a way of doing it, why not do it? It's better to do that than to start looking for paid employment. And you will be engaged immediately without experiencing frustration. If it is teaching skill you have, go around, go and teach, and then eventually set up your own schools, and so on and so forth. And those of you who read IT, it is only your field, in your field today, that you have relevance. And then, even if you want paid employment, you can find it. But, and every effort you make to work for somebody, you are building upon your skill. You can latch upon that to set up your own ICT, whatever. In these days of AI and so on, that's the latest. The days of Scrum Master is gone now. If the place is infiltrated and is even now a simple arm, because with the advent of the AI, a lot of innovations have come in. And the way things are going now, anybody who is flowing in the ICT world, is the one that will continuously be employed. How about blogging? How about blogging? People don't understand the power. Well, when you have graduates, I always advise my children, I say, come. Aside from your, thank God you have some paid employment, these ones will not be enough to take you to the promised land financially. All you need to do is begin to develop interest in matters of the ICT, either to publish or to blog or to, I mean, I, at 67, I'm still relevant today because I adapted to the IT world. I'm able to speak, I'm a speaker. I take advantage of that with to use ICT to do it. And I'm happy. I'm joyful. How about Writing books. It is true that there's tediousness in writing books. But honestly, once you key in, I mean, one book will produce another, we produce another. I launched 5 books at the Museum Center in one day in the year 2006. Museum Center, Lagos. The 5 books, if I can remember their names now, this thing called Married, that one sold like wildfire. Better Tomorrow, my own life history, sold marvelously well. Then um, Family Budgeting sold more than my expectation. Then I have, I can't remember everything now. Okay, Now That You Are Married, Make It Work is another wonderful book that I wrote. I launched 5 at a go, and I wrote several others after that. And today, I still have inclination to continue to write. But I found it easier now to record because with the technology, every message, this one that I'm living now, it's a book and the storage is easy and it can be kept forever. The books, when you publish them, so the moment the edition is gone, it takes some time to print another one, and so unless you are a speaker like Dr. Apoke or like people like us, who when we give messages, we can use those books to call. Then and we need the physical copy. But the audio versions are as well as good as the what a fast way. Today alone, now I've written 2 books. I release one message in the morning, I'm releasing this one in the evening. 2 books. That's it. And there is limitless opportunities to continue to. Ah, in the beginning was with the Word, or the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. Look, the Word today, in a secular form, this is what I'm doing now, speaking. And in the ministry, oh my God, we are doing family devotional. If you check on my platform now. We are reading the Bible from the beginning. We want to cover the Bible in a year. And that's a project for the rest of my lifetime. Every year, there will be new messages coming from the chapters of the book, and we are not neglecting any page, any sentence, of the Bible, so that we discover. In fact, that will take us away from the. In fact, doing this thing has helped me to really liberate myself from the deceit of the GOs who are money conscious more than winning souls. Today, we have this online church, the Gospel Truth International Ministry. And here, that's where I post this, the online ministry. I'm going to have a separate platform for it, but everything is still being posted in my name today. But we already are registering a church. But unlike the conventional church, I'm going to be more concentrated on online churches. So, what am I saying? There is no time that there is no opportunity for gainful employment if only you are creative. What is absent in the young people's minds is creativity, and they abandoned their talents and they are looking for a place where they will be paying them salary rather than pay salary to people. If you are an unemployed graduate, just you have a job. You have a job. In fact, you have many jobs, many things you can do. On this platform, I advertised properties for sale. I'm a real estate lawyer also. I advertised properties for sale at the beginning of this year. Within a month, I have sold over 40 plots of land. Have I not created an opportunity for myself? And I'm paid commission for selling it. They are not directly my property. I have no properties that I can sell now. but I can help to market the properties of other people, and then they pay me commission. Is that not employment? I know how much came to me through that this year alone. So, if you can deliver speeches or you can do motivational talks and you can do it convincingly, like um, Pastor Dr. Apoki is doing, why not key into it? You'll be paid for it. Reduce your talks to paper. Each time, whenever I lecture, I used to give lectures in churches. But for the fact that I left the church, I left Redeem, for instance. I know I was being invited to give lectures here and there. But of course, when I discovered the truth, especially about tithing, and I started preaching against tithing, ah, then I lost my. That, does it bother me? I am still making contribution, good contribution to people's lives today. As you are hearing me, I'm bettering your life if you are the youth of this day and adults likewise who thought that they had expired. You cannot expire unless you you make yourself redundant. Your brain, your faculties are working. Your physical body may be getting weaker and weaker as you grow old, but at 67 I'm still as agile as a as if I'm still 20 something. There's a lot, there is unlimited opportunities awaiting me for making money, for bettering the loss of the life of people, and I am fulfilled that at least I've given my children a better pedestal in life. That is a place that I've led them to, where if they themselves, which is the message I'm passing to them, I mean, we have delivered you from the ancient plagues, but we have taken you to a new land. That is, if you develop, if we have can, if God has helped us to develop you to the point that you graduated from universities, oh, it is for you to now run with that. But if you keep quiet or satisfied with your paid employment and you are not even thinking of, you will soon discover that you are 60 and you will retire. And what do you retire to? I've been telling my children that there is no end to the story. You can continuously create new opportunities for yourselves. You can take yourself to anywhere all over the world if you are creative. So I just feel I should share this with you, my brethren. I thank God for the life of Dr. Apoki. It's not up to 3 months that I got to know, came across him on the net. When I saw some of his stories, I said, oh my God, this is my twin brother. His vision is only bigger and wider than mine. But like average Yoruba man, we quickly get settled. The moment you train your children, you say that's the end. No, 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 no. I should still do better for myself and even for my children. So long as I'm still alive, I know that we shall make it. I know that my children will be better than me. I know that the people that we are mentoring now, for instance, just about 7 years ago, we established a secondary school, and that school is doing well today. Focus Life Academy in Ekiti State is doing well. And inside that school, we are giving scholarship to even people, because it has always been my passion to make sure that those who are willing to move and lack opportunity to do so, this is an opportunity. We gave scholarship to people. Even my children have started contributing to have a foundation in that school where they give scholarship, educational subsidy to children. To because they are following my passion. They too want to contribute to the betterment of the lives of other of the upcoming ones. They are doing that. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. My background irrespective that I came from poor home, it doesn't make any difference. But I was determined to make a change, and I have made it. I thank God. So opportunities are there for people to be gainfully employed. Just check on your talent. You will be lucky if what you read is in consonance with what you read. But it doesn't even matter. Your talent is your talent. Your what if you like, go and read a Greek, go and read religious studies, go and read anything. But that your talent, develop it. If you can sing, go in that line, invest in it, and begin to sing free for people. If you can teach, begin to teach free for people, and read books and attend seminars that will help you to develop that skill. And before you need, yeah, God, I've been from my youth, I've been talkative. See me talking now. I can talk like this for days unending. And I'm taking advantage of that to better the loss of people's lives and myself. And as of today, I give glory to God. I mean, I have given scholarship to people up to university level that needed it and that are willing, that didn't, and to God be the glory, they didn't waste that opportunity. In my family, I give glory to God. I've been able to change the narrative to the best of my ability. And there are two categories. Those that I offered the opportunities to rise in life that rejected it, they remained at the background. I have no apologies for that. I don't owe them any financial support in any way. But those of them who listened to my counsel, today they are employers of labor. My children have benefited from them. I have benefited from. Some of them are giving me opportunities to enjoy the fruit of my labors today over them. I did it not because I was expecting something in return, but they are people who have the heart of gratitude, and they come back to bless my wife and I. That's how life is. God bless you. Please, I hope you gain something from this. Opportunities are always there. Stop blaming your parents. Where your parents have helped you to pick up from there. Run with that vision. It shall be better for you in Yahushua's name. Please remember to share this message. Subscribe to my channel. Then pass your comments as you deem fit. The property I'm telling you now, we're already delivering the documentation to the people. So if you want to still partake, there is a promo price, 510,000 naira. And then with 210,000, you paid for the documentation fee. And then you own your property. And the worth of the property today is because of promo. The worth of the property today is 1 million. If you buy it today, you cannot sell it for less than 1 million if you find the next buyer of the same property. That is how good it is. I invite you, please contact me on my WhatsApp number 080 344 652. Oh, excuse me, 080 344 65225. 080 344 65225. You may not call me on it because that phone does not ring out. So what you do is, it is my WhatsApp number. WhatsApp me if you are interested. Those who bought earlier, they bought it for a promo of 300,000 naira, and they paid 210,000 naira documentation. But today, the promo has moved to 500,000 naira with documentation of 200, and you can pay installmentally. That's a good thing. I want to tell you, be smart. One of the mistakes I made when I was younger was I didn't buy real estate properties. I only was anxious to build a home for myself. I made that mistake, I must admit. But even after retirement, I bought some lands that I sold for profit. So I've tasted it. It is good. You can be a part of it. And what is more, it is an established organization that is selling this land. They have in Lagos, they have in Ibadan. The one I'm talking about now is in Ibadan. They have in Abuja, they have in Mowe, they have all over the place. So take advantage of this. God bless you. Press the notification button also so that you get to know when I upload new videos. And very soon, I will still be talking on Agric, especially Agric for survivor in this turbulent time. I'm going to create a mentorship group, which I will let you know when that one is up and running. God bless you. I think I have been able to convince you that you can be your own employer. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Please share it extensively.